You mark the position to stand. Good morning, Pathways. What is the most powerful thing? I'm just checking my voice.
It's clear.
What is the most powerful thing after a human life? It's a human mind. 2500 years back, Gautam Buddha said, mind is everything. But how many of us realize that? Because we are all lost. Think of a human life without a mind. It's human mind which helps a mountaineer climb that tallest mountain. It's human mind which helps a swimmer swim across the roughest sea in the world. It's human mind which helps ordinary looking human beings do extraordinary things in their life. Are you ready to walk the journey, to experience that extraordinary in your life? How many of you remember each person you meet in your life? Not everyone. They don't leave a mark on you. They don't create an impact. You find them boring. They don't interest you. You can feel their energy. Like majority, they are also lost in their mind. Perhaps they need to tune up their mind. Think of your mind as a guitar. Those who play guitar, they know that every day they need to tune up the guitar. And if they miss tuning the guitar won't give you the soothing music. Do you think you control your mind? Or your mind controls you? I was in my teens delivering my first talk with all the public sitting in front of me. I was confident, well prepared. Few minutes in the talk, my heartbeat started racing. Thak thak, thak thak, thak thak. Few minutes in the talk, I started sweating. A few minutes later, my body started freezing. Few minutes later, I trembled. Halfway through the talk, I quit. Do you remember when was the last time you were 100% ready before the exam? Almost never. Despite being fully ready, your mind will tell you, you are underprepared. This will make you anxious. And you may forget what you have prepared. And this can impact your results. All this is happening unknowingly. As you will be growing older, and especially in urban settings, comparisons and conformity will push you into this never-ending rat race. Without you even realizing that you have become a puppet of your own mind. Do you want it to get into this rat race? No. You were so happy as a child. There was no concept of examination. It's first time when your teacher called up your parents that your ward has to appear into an examination. When your parents started getting a little worried. It was an experience for them as well. They do not know how to respond. And that worry got transferred onto you. Over a period of time, think about yourself. Before every examination, you started thinking of your grades. If I get low grades, I'll be judged by my family. How they will look at me? I will not get admission into my dream university because my profile won't look nice. I'll be judged by my friends and they'll make fun of me. My teachers will lose interest in me. These are signs of overthinking. So next time when you overthink, take a pause. Is this real or your own imagination? And it is not even your own imagination, it's the imagination of your own mind. So next time, ever get into overthinking, you have a chance to shut your mind. Do you remember what is the origin of procrastination? It's got root in your childhood. That first time you were asked to do homework, it was eating up your playtime. You were so happy going to gardens, enjoying the swings, playing with your best friend, and here you have a homework. And you started negotiating between your homework and playtime. I'll do homework later. Can I play now? Before my sleep, I'm going to do my homework. And sometimes you started missing deadlines of homework. And when those deadlines and missings got frequent, you were labeled by your teacher as non-serious student. And this label was picked up by your own mind. As you will be growing older, more and more such labels will be coming to your life. You will be growing older, carrying forward some of these negative thoughts, beliefs. You are dragged into rat race through all the commentary which happens around you during your childhood. I remember one such incident of my childhood. I was in grade 5, innocent. And I failed in mathematics in my quarterly examination. It hit me. Of course, I really felt bad. And the next day onwards, in the morning, I used to hear this commentary again and again. You'll be failing again in maths. You'll be failing again in maths. You'll be failing again in maths. And this commentary was being picked up by my mind, all unknowingly. So much so that in reality I started failing again and again and again in maths. And I carried on with this label of failure. And I started thinking I cannot compete with the brightest student in my class. Likewise, many labels, many negative beliefs, assumptions, judgments we carry without even realizing the impact this will have in our adult life. I was 35-year-old, living with all these judgment assumptions. I was thinking that this is my life, and I had my rules, my judgments. I would listen what I wanted to listen. I wanted to see what I wanted to see. I was far away from the reality. But 21st September 2015, something bizarre happened. I was studying at INSEAD. We were to report at 7 a.m. in the morning. All of us reached the class. We sat down in a circle. There were 8 INSEAD students and 1 psychologist sitting. And there was 1 seat which was empty. 7:10. There was no agenda for this class. We were all getting stressed. This is a business school. Give us some case study. Let us brainstorm. As an adult, we look for agenda. We have got so used to for solving something, thinking something logical, that we have forgotten the art to just live in the moment and chill and relax like a child. We have lost our playfulness. 7:20, you are all getting more stressed. What to do? It was suffocating. Perhaps that class was a reflection. It was pushing us. How do we really behave? Do we think before speaking? 7:30, I stood up. As a gesture, I thought Manish has not come and 1 seat is still empty. Let me go and find Manish. Maybe it will be a loss if Manish don't join the class. So I walked out from my class, opened the door, looked around where Manish is. Manish was enjoying his daily dose of tea with a little smile on his face. Perhaps a little overconfidence. I softly requested Manish, Manish, come, join the class. Manish winked at me, hinting me that I know the outcome of this class. I have seen this. I'm a senior leader. I do this every single day. There's nothing new. 7:35, Manish sat down on his seat. The quorum was complete. The stress was still there because there is no agenda. 7:40, psychologist commented on Manish. You are not interested in this class. And I was listening this comment of psychologist. It was shocking. I was not understanding, unable to process what is this. 7:45, another comment from psychologist onto me. Amit is trying to become a leader, trying to become a hero. This was under the belt. This made me think. This experience and many more in this week made me reflect deeper. But for all these years, I was thinking that I was driving my life to a realization that it was my mind which was riding me. All unknowingly in an autopilot. This was the turning point of my life. I reached back home. I could see the shift in my behavior. I started observing my own thoughts. Before commenting, I started taking pauses. I was trying to become a better listener. I had 4 realizations within a short period of time. First realization, I am living with my own judgment and assumption, so much so that I don't listen to people properly and I don't pick up their perspectives. So I decided to do an experiment. I picked up one colleague with whom I had a nasty relationship. We would never agree on anything. I said this time I'm going to do honest listening. Made an attempt. So I was sitting with my colleague in a meeting room. We were discussing on a business problem. And my mind was coming back, poking me to bring in my judgment, get aggressive, disagree with my colleague. But I have learned a bit to ignore my mind. And I was patiently, honestly giving attention, the way you are giving me attention right now, to that colleague. To my surprise, I picked up a beautiful perspective in this 1 minute of conversation. This made me realize 1 minute of conscious listening can give you a wisdom you're looking for in your life. Second realization, I'm a pleaser person. That I keep pleasing people for that little appreciation. As if my existence lives on this appreciation, I have nothing to be proud of, to be confident about myself. At times we are so dependent on circumstances, others' validation, that we forget our own existence. So I decided, from now on, I will learn to say no. From now on, I will start to prioritize my own needs and desires. So much so that I've ignored an invitation from INSEAD because I was preparing for this TEDx talk. I've learned. Third realization, beyond food, career, and travel, I think nothing through the day. I have no direction, no purpose in life. Fourth realization, while I'm so good and nice to everyone in the society, extended family, but I'm ignoring my own family. But that behavior was coming from past for long. And that behavior of ignoring my family rewarded me with a personal crisis. And this personal crisis became huge. That my personal relationships were getting worse. At home, relationships were getting nasty. I was feeling helpless, lonely. I was shattered. But that 1 week of experience was making me accept, yes, I've been shitting around. So sometimes path to success is not a straight path. Reaching to a destiny means you have to wander a lot. I was furious. I started exploring, what can I do? How can I convert this deep personal crisis into an opportunity? A friend of mine suggested me to learn meditation. So I went to a monk, requested him, can you teach me meditation? I want to come out from this situation in my life. And he was kind enough, compassionate enough to teach his skills of meditation to me. Meditation helped me become focused and determined. A friend of mine suggested me to go and meet a coach. So I went to a coach, requested him, can you coach me in this situation? And he started coaching me every single day. I still remember going from my office to my home, and I'm being coached on this Bluetooth in my car. And he is giving me tips and techniques and how I have to listen, be open. These coaching techniques help me align my thinking with my actions. It helps me clarify my values. It helps me, what do I want in my life? It helps me come out from these negative beliefs, perceptions I'm holding for others. It helps me the power of listening. It helps me in creating a future. I started to envision a future. And with these techniques, literally I started practicing it in my real life. And like any change, it was painful. But what made me survive is those positives. Whenever you are going through any change, when you're trying to build any good habit, coming out from any addiction, look at only positives. It's like there's this plant and you see that little bud coming out. You should be happy with that little bud and ignore what is not happening as per your plan. Because not everything will happen in day one. Working on yourself is a journey, not a marathon. I was picking these positives every single day and working on myself, getting stronger, happier. The environment in family started to see a shift. So much so that it transformed. This transformational personal discovery changed me. I'm more calm, more relaxed. I enjoy my relationships. A hobby which was picked up in my childhood and forgotten in the rat race, I have started to invest time into it, which is tennis. I play tennis every single day. And this journey also made me discover my interest in mental well-being. I work on my mental well-being every single day. And when I stop practicing, I can see the dip and that chaos coming back to my life. It's a practice. This inspired me that can I simplify this knowledge for younger generation, for executives in company. Deloitte says that 80% of executives in India are suffering from mental health challenges. So with this intention, I have created and co-founded The Hurdle. It's a mental well-being platform made in India for India. So let me share with you a hack which helped me in transforming my personal relationships. It happens when we are rigid in our thoughts and holding on to our judgments. We lose some special people in our life. So whenever you find yourself in a situation when you're not liking the argument of the other person, and you feel like jumping onto that person, you feel like agitated, take a pause. And use aura, A-U-R-A. A is accept the truth. Because you are unique and the other person is unique. U is understand the context. Person is coming from some context. Is it a need, idea, or a concern? Process it well. R is to reflect. Now reflect. Can you help that person? Can you do something? Can you show empathy? And last is A is act. Now only decide. With aura, your decision making will significantly improve. You will see strengthening of relationship. You will start picking new perspective from others. You will become a learning person. As you will be working to make your enemy mind a friendly mind. These three powers will help you. These powers were there inside you when you were a child. But in this rat race, somewhere these powers have got deactivated. The first power is curiosity. Learn to become curious. Stop judging yourself through your grades, color of your skin, your weight, your height, number of cars your family owns, international trips your family is making. Start becoming curious with your teachers, with your parents, with your siblings. Look for something special. It's your mind which is telling that you know them all. But there is something special in them every single day. Second power, courage. 6 a.m. in the morning and your alarm rings. This is Sunday morning and you've decided to go for a walk and your mind speaks with you, hey, you keep sleeping. You can do this walk in the evening. And you accept this as a truth, and you don't come out from your bed. And later you wake up with this feeling of guilt that you don't have any sense and control on yourself. At that time, 6 a.m., learn to ignore and shut your mind and say, I will show courage, I'll go. Don't come in between myself and my ideals. Third power is compassion. We are all human beings. Life is bigger than your dream university, your grades, material wealth. Learn to be more compassionate. Not every day will be the best. You will get rejections in your life. Perhaps some of you will not get your dream university. Don't get disheartened. Life gives you a second chance, another option, there is another day. As you will be learning to become more compassionate with yourself, you will become compassionate with others around you. Because now, at least all of you have realized, it is mind which is controlling you. So as you will be walking the journey from a enemy mind to friendly mind, remember, conquering your mind will make your mind a friend. And if you leave your mind wandering, it will behave like your enemy. So I'll see you climbing the tallest mountain. I'll see some of you swimming across the roughest sea in the world. Some of you will be writing your first book. Some of you will be coming out from addictions. Some of you will be developing good habits. I'll be so happy for you. Remember, working on your mental fitness is a journey and not a marathon. With lots of love, yours Amit Kasliwal.